So we're going to teach our dogs to follow us, and we're going to do that initially by walking backwards, because we're essentially inviting them to come towards us with this game. So this is our backwards walking game. So you're going to start with a handful of treats, and you're going to have your clicker, and you're going to, this works best if you work up against a wall to toss a treat towards the wall, but if you don't have a wall to work towards, you can just do a little cookie toss. So I'm gonna initially toss my treat towards the wall for my dog. After she eats the treat, I'm gonna say her name to get her attention. As soon as she turns to me, I'm gonna click, place a treat down, and then I'm gonna start walking backwards, and as she follows, I'm gonna click and treat with every step. So this is how it's gonna look. I'm gonna toss a treat, Jane, call her, and start clicking and treating so long as she follows me. And I'm gonna continue until I get to the end of the room, or you can have a designated space that you're gonna work in. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna toss a treat off, Jane, click and treat as she walks with me. Toss the treat, Jane. And I'm clicking for her actually taking steps towards me, not when she's stopping. And so that way, I'm marking her actually following me and then finishing that with a reinforcement. So that's the first step to our backwards walking game. So our next step with backwards walking is we're gonna start walking forward, because ultimately that's how you're gonna be walking your dog down the street. Now, when I set up for this, I always have my treats in the hand where I want my dog. So for example, if I wanna walk my dog on my left side, my treats are gonna be in my left hand, my leash and my clicker are gonna be in my right. So I'm gonna begin with my backwards walking as I have been, and then I'm simply going to pivot. So I'm then walking forward with my dog, and I'm gonna continue to click and treat so long as they walk with me. And I'm clicking and treating at essentially every step I take. So we're gonna start with the little cookie toss, the backwards walking, and then I'm simply going to pivot. So I'm walking forward, I'm going to click and treat for my dog continuing with me, and I'm placing that reinforcement at my foot. So I'm going to demonstrate this one more time. I'm going to have a handful of treats in my left hand because my dog's going to be walking on my left side. Do my cookie toss, start my backwards walking, and then I'm going to just make a little pivot so that she's on my left side walking with me. And that's gonna be how we're gonna teach our dog the next step to our backwards walking game.